Most do-it-yourselfers could benefit from some organizational help around the home. Today we're going to show what product we use to help us get our stuff together and how we saved over 50% on these products. In our last home we had a space in the back of the garage where we decided to set up a shop. We built this workbench to help us store some of the tools, but ultimately we decided we needed to use the vertical space on the wall, so we purchased a metal pegboard system and then later rounded out the area with a cabinet and some LED underlighting. Our research pointed us in the direction of pegboard, which we were really excited about because it was pretty inexpensive, but after reading more of the reviews we saw that there were durability issues and people were ultimately often very frustrated. So we kept searching until we came across wallcontrol, a metal version of the product. Definitely not as inexpensive as the paper or wood-based product, but something that seemed like it would handle the task a little bit better. Fast forward 10 years, when we got our new home and were looking to buy the same product, we came across a new option that had the same exact product at discounted prices. These were mainly scratch and dent, discounted or overstocked products that we ultimately found out was from the same company, wallcontrol, but from a website named cheappegboard.com. As you can see, the prices are about 50% less than what you could get from wallcontrol. One of the trade-offs for the savings is that your product may potentially arrive scratched or dented. Our particular product arrived perfectly fine, which makes me think it was just an overstock issue, but here are some examples of what you may expect to see. I think ultimately you could place tools in front of these scratches and probably hide the majority of them. The other downside is it typically requires you to purchase more panels. In our case, you had to purchase 8 or more panels at a time, which is what we needed, so it wasn't an issue. But if you're only looking for 2 or 3 panels, it might make sense to buy from wallcontrol. Installation into studs and drywall was really straightforward, wasn't an issue at all. They had really good detailed instructions that you see here on the screen, and anyone really can do this. What took a little bit more effort though was installing these into our wooden cabinetry. You'll either need to put in a shorter screw or do what I am doing, which is cutting off the piece that's sticking into the cabinet. Another unique thing about the accessories from wallcontrol is this special locking mechanism. So as you can see, it has kind of a weird shape, and what this does is when you lock it in through the top, slide it in and back, what it ultimately does is it holds in really steady. In some cases you will get a little bit of wobble back and forth on some hooks, and so you have these that you can actually bend with like a screwdriver, or not screwdriver, with like a plier, and have it put more pressure on the back wall, and what it'll do is keep it from wiggling at all, but really customizable. In some cases though, I have found that not all of the accessories work great, so I do purchase sometimes some non-wallcontrol accessories. These are just some that I got from Home Depot or Lowe's that just work in traditional pegboard. They're definitely not as good, but in some cases they work better with the tools that I'm hanging, so I kind of use a combination of both. Here are the other 2 panels shown in a little bit closer proximity to get an idea of what you can do with some of the different accessories from wallcontrol as well as the generic pegboard accessories. This is kind of my hodgepodge wall of panel boards. Have 4 right here. These were all installed directly into studs so I could support a lot of weight. As you can see, I have power tools, a variety of other things hanging off. So I showed you the 7 panels out in the garage. This is the 8th panel. It's in our laundry room. We're kind of going through a laundry room renovation at the moment, where we stacked our washer and dryer and we moved a freezer into here. So I don't know if this panel will end up staying here. What I like about this panel being here in Arizona is it's super hot, and sometimes you just don't want to go out into the garage, and so I'll load up a lot of convenient tools here The only downside is this is a panel that the kids are near a lot more. They don't go out in the garage a ton. And as you can see, the bottom of the panel is stripped free of most things. Kids have taken it, so that's kind of the downside of bringing the panel inside, at least with little kids. And this concludes our wall control video. We hope that it's been helpful, that it's maybe helped you save a few bucks. Love to see your thoughts in the comments section, and if you like the video, hit the thumbs up, or if you like the content in general, subscribe to our channel. Thanks.